Now, I'm talking about this book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Okay, we've heard so much about this book in the past, especially from Alan Nagel, who was personally mentored by one of Napoleon Hill's direct disciples. The self-confidence formula and definite purpose statement, which we all know about, came from this book. Okay. Morning, Sue. And it is arguably one of the greatest self-help books ever written. It's the combined knowledge about how to become successful from some of the greatest minds of the 20th century, including John D. Rockefeller, who was the richest man the world has ever seen, Andrew Carnegie, the biggest steel tycoon of his times, Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, and holder of over 2,000 patents, and over 500 such great minds. Napoleon Hill actually spent nearly 30 years interviewing these great men and put together what he learned in this book. So this book actually has got 16 chapters describing 13 steps to riches. Okay, let me just run through the 16 chapters with you, just give you the title. So it starts with the introduction, which talks about the power of thought. Chapter 2 is on desire, which is the starting point of all achievement. This is the first step to riches. Chapter 3 is about faith, visualizing and believing in the attainment of desire. This is the second step to riches. Chapter 4 is about autosuggestion, which is the medium for influencing the subconscious mind. This is the third step to riches. Chapter 5 is on specialized knowledge, your personal experiences or observations, the fourth step to riches. Chapter 6 is on imagination, the workshop of the mind. This is the fifth step to riches. Chapter 7 is on organized planning, where you crystallize your desire into action. This is the sixth step to riches. Chapter 8 is on decision, mastery of procrastination, okay, overcoming procrastination, the seventh step to riches. Chapter 9 is on persistence, the sustained effort necessary to induce faith. Okay, this is what he calls the eighth step to riches. Chapter 10 is on the power of the mastermind, okay, the driving force of a group of people called the mastermind, the ninth step to riches. Chapter 11 about the mystery of sex transmutation, the 10th step to riches. Chapter 12 is on the subconscious mind, the connecting link, the 11th step to riches. Chapter 13 is on the brain, which is a broadcasting and receiving station for thought, 12th step to riches. Chapter 14, it talks about the sixth sense, the door to the temple of wisdom, the 13th step to riches. And in chapter 15, he talks about how to outwit the 6 ghosts of fear. And chapter 16, he talks about the devil's workshop. Okay. So, maybe we can go through each chapter very briefly. Let's think about it. But today, what I want to do is I want to summarize the overall book. And I watched a YouTube video by this chap called Money Via. He's the founder of 2000books.com. And he summarizes Think and Grow Rich. So I'm going to share from what Money has shared, including my own remarks. Okay. So this is an attempt to simplify the whole book into one all-encompassing idea. Although the title is Think and Grow Rich, the idea is applicable to accomplishing any goal that you desire. Okay. So it's not just about riches. Growing rich is fulfilling any goal that you desire. So here is the all-encompassing idea. In order to do great things, whether it be to accumulate great riches or any other goal, we have to enroll and harness the power of our subconscious mind. Why do we need to do that? We all have two minds inside of us, okay, the conscious and the subconscious. However, in terms of power, the subconscious mind is orders of magnitude more powerful than the conscious mind. There is literally no comparison. If the size of the conscious mind is the size of a microwave oven, the subconscious mind is the size of the Milky Way. It is extremely powerful, and the computational resources it has are humongous, millions of times more powerful than the conscious mind. So in order to accomplish your big goals, you need to harness the power of your subconscious mind by programming it with the goal that you want. How do we harness the power of the subconscious mind and program it for what we want? Well, given the nature of our subconscious mind and the conscious mind, it is not easy to program the subconscious mind, but it is entirely possible, and this book is all about understanding precisely how to do that. Let's understand first this week the basics of the subconscious mind. So there are three basics I want to share today. The first is that the conscious mind controls the subconscious mind. Okay. Firstly, even though the subconscious mind is way more powerful than the conscious mind, it is still being controlled by the conscious mind. Our conscious mind is the master of our subconscious. The subconscious mind is like a garden, while the conscious mind is the gardener. The conscious mind is sowing the seeds of thought, while the subconscious is working to bring those thoughts to fruition. We have looked at The Greatest Salesman in the World by Mandino. In this book, he shares principles that will help you avoid failure, which he defines as the inability to reach your goals in life, whatever they may be. Okay. So remember scroll 1, which I'm going through again now. Scroll 1 is the habit of reading the scrolls 3 times a day for 30 days. Okay, you read each scroll 3 times a day for 30 days. And what will be accomplished with this habit? Herein lies the hidden secret of all man's accomplishments. As I repeat the words daily, they will soon become part of my active mind, conscious mind. Okay? But more important, they will also seep into my other mind, that mysterious source which never sleeps, which creates my dreams and often makes me act in ways I do not comprehend. As the words of these scrolls are consumed by my mysterious mind, I will begin to awake each morning with a vitality I have never known before. My vigor will increase, my enthusiasm will rise, my desire to meet the world will overcome every fear I once knew at sunrise, and I will be happier than I ever believed it possible to be in this world of strife and sorrow. So, these are principles in life, because Mandino also came to this conclusion, and that was the first and most important scroll 1. Okay. So the first point was that the conscious mind controls the subconscious mind. Now the second point is that the subconscious mind is always working, as we saw from scroll 1. Okay, our subconscious mind is always working, and for most people it is working against them. Now you might be wondering why the subconscious mind would work against you. Well, it is because of the thoughts and emotions that are dominating your existence every single moment, every single day. If your thoughts are dominated by negativity, fear, poverty, failure, the subconscious mind is busy making those thoughts a reality for you, and hence it is working against you. On the other hand, if you are feeding your subconscious mind deliberately designed thoughts and feelings of riches, success, positivity, well, the subconscious mind gets busy making those thoughts a reality for you. Now, the challenge is that if you do not actively plant deliberately chosen thoughts and emotions in there, it will work on the thoughts it receives as a result of neglect, and unfortunately, these are not usually positively uplifting thoughts. You are constantly being bombarded with negativity all around you. And if you recall, when we talk about habit 1, the 7 habits of highly effective people, we talk about taking responsibility. Okay, uh, the ability to respond as you choose. Okay, instead of being a victim and saying they did this to me, and you feel all negative because you are a victim, you take responsibility for how you want to think, and thinking positively, seeing the cup as half full rather than half empty. Because you keep seeing the thing as half empty, you know, these are negative thoughts that will be fulfilled by your subconscious. Okay, and so don't you agree that choosing your environment is critical if you're being bombarded with negativity all around you? Let me give you just 3 examples. When Huiswan and I, we go hiking with our mountain tourists, and then when HD later joined us, we create, although we are a very small group, 2, 3 of us, we create an environment where actually people don't complain. They go along with suggestions. They are eager to help. They play team, especially under extreme conditions where people generally tend to lose their temper. Okay, contrast this with some other groups where we hear there's so much unhappiness and politics over something like hiking. Okay. The second example is, when Philip Koo from Baba King, he joined us for lunch uh, during this year's Leaders Retreat Planning Day, and he noticed how positive we were. You know, when he mixed with us, there was just no negative thought, no negative expression, no negative feeling. Just this positive atmosphere of being around positive people all the time. And then the third example is when guests come to our leaders' gatherings, they leave inspired and they leave impressed because they experience a consistent positive energy among all the leaders present. Okay, why do I say consistent? Because as they go and mix with different people, they feel that same frequency of positivity. Okay, so where does that come from? I think it comes from practice. So some people question why we emphasize so much about being committed to a small group. Because as a small group, we meet together. Actually, it's only recently that it's been mainly virtual over Zoom. For years and years, it has always been a physical meeting. So we meet together for a small group meeting. We meet together for food. We meet together for recreation. We are all constantly practicing positive ways of being with each other until they become habit, and it's so natural with other people. Okay, so the third basic about the subconscious is that the subconscious mind is objective. Okay, so the subconscious mind is objective. It does not distinguish between positive or negative. It does not distinguish between a penny or $1,000,000. It will take whatever thoughts and emotions you think and feel and get busy making them a reality, whether they're positive or negative. That's very encouraging. It can be very scary. So now you understand our subconscious mind a little better. How do we get about programming our subconscious mind for great success? How do we create that burning desire that literally turns on the power of the subconscious mind in our favor and makes us unstoppable? Okay. Well, next week, I will discuss 5 keys to turn on the power of the subconscious mind. Okay. Just as a continuation of this overall summary of this book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Tuesday tips tomorrow will be Alfred, okay, who will be sharing with us some thoughts about Collagen Plus. Okay, we've been blessed by Alfred sharing about Reset. Let's see what this athlete has to say about Collagen Plus. Okay, guys, thank you for listening to me.